Welcome back to Season 2 of Life and Pinstripes, episode number 42.
Mo! Or Jackie Robinson!
Jackie Robinson first, then the one, the only, Mariano Rivera. Sandman, enter.
Enter Sandman. You know, I was actually thinking about playing Enter Sandman at the beginning of this episode.
Not a bad idea. You know, there hasn't been a closer like that. Man so short and so small, and you knew the pitch he was going to throw at you, but you did nothing with it anyways.
Well, he was known for one pitch only, that cutter going inside to batters and cracking the bat.
Breaking bats, and just, it was unhittable. He was so small, and the ball just got on you.
MLB all-time saves leader, first ever unanimous in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, as always.
And speaking of Hall of Fame, we got Derek Jeter's up, right?
We will see you there, Derek Jeter. We gotta plan a trip to Cooperstown, man.
Yeah,
come on.
I mean, Derek Jeter is not only the password to all my things. I wore 2 in all sports possible, and in the football I wore 22 because I wanted double Derek Jeter. Man, and speaking of Jeter, the word cheater rhymes with that, and so we were going to talk today about
some cheaters.
Some recent news of the Boston Red Sox.
What?
Being added to the list of cheatorials. Yeah. So I guess they were found that they cheated in 2018.
When they won the World Series, they had a little bit of help from the video replay room, apparently.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
I think, also, I always wondered that, like, why wouldn't you? Because if you have camera replay trying to call balls and strikes, or like if there's a play at first and you want to say, hey, yeah, we should challenge it, or no, we shouldn't, why wouldn't there be a guy up there sending signals like, I can see 1 or 2, fastball, curveball, like, whatever. It made sense, but you can't do it. It's it's an old American game of just tradition, and now all this new technology coming in, people are taking advantage of it in the wrong way.
It's getting messed up, honestly. And if you really think about it, with the Red Sox cheating in 2018 and the Astros cheating in 2017, isn't it ironic how the Yankees lost to both of those teams?
Yes, unfortunately, both World Series winners, the Astros, defeated the Yankees in 17.
In the ALCS.
And the Red Sox outdid the Yankees in 18.
In the ALDS, yes.
So the math equals we win. I'm just kidding. But
it should be.
It's just, but I'm still hesitant to be like, oh, screw you guys, because honestly, so much going around about the cheating. Like, I don't want to be that guy who's like, yeah, Yankees did everything right.
Wait, you kidding me? When I found out the Astros were cheating, I was just go like, screw you, Astros, you guys suck, and this and that.
I mean, of course, I believe that fully. However, just in case the Yankees did something, which I doubt they did, because they make you shave, for crying out loud. They do things the right way.
So what you're saying is that if I play for the Yankees, I need to shave this grotesque whatever I got?
Indeed. Everybody had to shave.
Yes.
And what I will say is this. It does upset me, and I do understand how it happens, the cheating, but to bridge the idea of cheating in the Boston-New England area, I'm going to transfer that over to the New England Patriots.
The Patriots? Ooh, they're not patting themselves on the back after that performance on Saturday.
No, but somebody who is patting their back is me.
I know. Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to do. I've been waiting to do this for a while.
So I had a hot take last week, and I said, if you're a betting man, you should bet all your dollars on
the Titans? Patriots?
The Patriots losing.
I know. And this is why I gotta say that
make it rain,
money,
make it rain, make it rain.
Rain is coming right towards him.
But the funny thing is, it's not like I'm making a huge, crazy take like, oh my god, this is the biggest upset of all time. It was kind of expected.
I try my best to not want to make it expected because, it's the Patriots. They always find something.
You never want to count them out.
They always find the way to make things groovy into January and February.
Yes, but there was just something off about this year. And their their defense was lights out from the beginning, but eventually they were going to tire, and the offense never got better.
No.
And they picked up Mohamed Sanu. You thought maybe they'd have another wideout option, so things would be good. But honestly, it just didn't get better. I wonder if they have any regret granted Antonio Brown did what he did and all the things and the noise and the bah and the boo.
Are you kidding me? I still wouldn't be playing his ass. No,
but it's the Patriots. If the theme is cheating and whatever, it's like, hey, what gets you W's? W's is white wide receivers. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, the Patriots have thrived off of having a receiving core that's not known to have any stars.
Who did they have, by the way?
This year...
They had Sanu. They
had Edelman.
They did have Edelman.
But Edelman was always getting doubled. And so it didn't matter because, he did his little drag and slant route across the middle, but you could put a couple extra pair of eyes on him because who else was there? The big vacancy was the tight end position.
Oh, yeah, big time.
The Patriots were gaping in that regard.
They were feeling a little Gronkless.
Feeling very Gronkless.
Yeah.
And so... It makes you ask, is it really the end of Tomas Brady?
That was the biggest question mark, by the way, when that happened. And you really don't want him to go out the way he did.
I don't think he would even allow that because there were a couple ducks that he threw out there, some wobblers. He threw an interception at the end where even if the guy fell over, the game would have actually been over. But it was even more of a dagger to be a pick six, but it still actually gave the team a chance. So, But point is, a couple of balls he threw just weren't sharp. It
started off early, too, like in the beginning of the game. It's like you kind of knew, you're like, uh-oh, this is not the vintage Tom Brady that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, and it showed, unfortunately. And it wasn't the hottest take ever, but I said, go Titans, take the Titans. And I'm sure the Titans were given points, but I even said do them outright, and they done did it outright.
There would be one reason if the Patriots did win. Is if Derrick Henry wasn't on the Titans.
Yeah, he was a beast.
He absolutely annihilated that defense.
I think he ran for just under 200 yards.
Pretty much, yeah. On his birthday, by the way.
On his
26th birthday, he joined like an elite company, like the 5th player to have a touchdown on his birthday in a playoff game or something like that.
Wow, and that's pretty rare. I mean, rare enough to have your birthday in that time of year, but
not to mention be playing at Foxboro too in the wild card game, and you able to dethrone the Patriots?
Now, not to hate on Marcus Mariota, but I'm going to hate on Marcus Mariota because he had a very similar Titans team for a while and could do jack diddly with it. Ryan Tannehill, who I'm going to hype because knew he was always good, was on a crusty Dolphins team, and what'd they do? They'd go 8-8, and he'd just be good and average and whatever, but people would doubt him. But he never had any weapons down there other than Landry. I mean, He never had anybody.
Nah.
So, does he have anybody on the Titans? Not really.
Nah, he just had this gigantic running back who literally just going like, excuse me, gotta go through.
He's a beast. And so that might actually be helping where all eyes, they put a couple extra people in the box and so opened some lanes for receivers. But nonetheless, the man averaged 3 touchdowns and a half a pick or 3 touchdowns and a pick the last 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I know because he was my fantasy quarterback. And he helped me get a championship. Just want to thank you. But it didn't really matter. But it was still for fun, and it was a lot of fun to win. But Ryan Tannehill led those Titans. Now they got... Who are they playing now?
I think they're facing the Ravens.
I believe they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah, because they are the worst seeded team, and they have to face the number 1 seed team.
Right. And then so that means we got the Chiefs up against the Texans.
That was shocking, by the way. I kind of did not expect
the Bills.
Texans.
The Bills just build it up a little bit,
They build it up early, having a 16-0 lead, and then somehow the entire tower of whatever they had in the first quarter just collapsed.
The funny thing is, I was saying the Bills build BILLED. The Bills just building it up, but they did build up a lead and watched it they didn't put it away.
Disintegrate.
It did disintegrate.
Deshaun Watson, my goodness, man.
Yeah.
He balled out in that second half.
That's the thing, because moments before, people are like, oh, is Deshaun Watson done? Is he not? It's not as he's done, but is he not the next level quarterback like we thought? And
I thought he didn't have any mojo.
And then at the end, I think the play that kind of sealed the game for them was that play where he almost got sacked and he new age quarterbacked it
in overtime.
Yep, and he spun out of it and got free and let it and did the.
I have no idea how he got himself out of that. I'm like, whoa! I'm like, okay,
that's the highlight reel play right there, and the rest is history. So that happened. What also surprised me was the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota, don't you know?
I literally thought they had no chance, by the way.
Yeah, and the Saints just not knocking them, but they didn't put it away either. It's not like they ever had a huge lead or anything, and it was a good game.
It was a great game. It was nuts the entire time. Taysom Hill was doing everything he can to keep
Taysom Hill was the heartbeat of the Saints.
First of all, you remember when we used to do a tip of the cap? I want to give my tip of the cap to Taysom Hill because even though his team lost, without him, it probably would have been a blowout.
Yeah, I am apprehensive to give a tip of the cap to a member of a losing team. However, it's now 2020. It's now officially season 2 of our show. So maybe, just maybe, we'll give a tip of the cap right now. None of us wearing hats. To Taysom Hill. Because, man, did you look like heart.
He did everything, I think. Not only did he block a guy, he threw like 50 yards. He ran for a touchdown. He caught a touchdown. He did everything.
I think he literally did everything you could do statistically. And they used him right, but it's kind of crazy that Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, it was there, but it wasn't like
vintage.
It wasn't what we expected. And hey, Kirk Cousins did.
He actually did well.
He did enough to win, and he didn't do anything to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Game managed game. He was a game general like he can be, and I feel best for him because if they lost that game, it's officially Kirk Cousins is definitely tier 2, maybe tier 3 quarterback.
Or he sucks, and
it's just like he can never win the big game.
And this, that.
And so I'm happy to see a guy who got paid win a big game because recent history, I mean, look at our Rams quarterback.
Jared Goff.
Thank you. Wow. He just got the big bucks, and he did not look the same at all.
First of all, I don't know how they managed to miss the playoffs. I mean, their team is pretty almost kind of similar to what they had last year.
And it's you kept wondering, are they going to put it together? Why is their running back not getting as many plays? Are they doing a pitch count with him? Todd Gurley? It's just it was weird, and maybe, just maybe, it was the rest of the league figuring them out type thing. Because Sean McVay was the greatest thing since sliced bread, youngest guy, spiky hair, oh my God.
14-2, 14-3, whatever their
record was. Go to the Super Bowl.
Some ridiculous record. They were they kicked ass, and then then
people just kind of figured them out. And with all the weapons, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and in Tyler Higbee, the tight end, and they have everything.
And then their defense, they had Jalen Ramsey, they had Clay Matthews, they had Aaron Donald. How the hell does that happen?
Something weird going on in LA. Maybe LA might be a tough place to have a sports professional life because LA's so fun, but I don't know what it was.
Maybe too much party time in the Hollywood.
Wasn't there a thing where the Rams didn't have enough of a home crowd because
because they play at the Coliseum
and they recently moved, and the die-hard Rams fans of St. Louis are left with just the Blues, literally, and the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
And Cardinals bit. But
that's pretty much it, yeah.
But still, they're lost identity-wise with the fan base. And similar things are kind of happening with the Oakland Raiders. Now, they're going to
Vegas.
Exactly. And that's actually, I think, a perfect move for them.
I know. I feel bad for those fans of Oakland.
Because, now they're left with
They live with the A's and the Golden State Warriors. Oh, wait, no. Actually, the Warriors moved to San Francisco, so...
They did?
They're at the Chase Center in San Francisco. But they're still called the Golden State Warriors, but...
Really?
Yeah, they had a new stadium.
I never knew that.
See, I didn't know that until they said this is the final game at Oracle Arena. I'm like, what?
That's right. I remember that now. So now Oakland's got nothing, and
they got the A's. I mean, they're up to something.
Here you go. Here's your tiny budget. Make it work.
Moneyball Part 2 starring Brad Pitt again.
Oh, goodness. And, hey, shout out to Brad Pitt, by the way.
Oh, man.
Golden Globies.
For Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, man.
He was awesome.
Yes.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie, which there's a bunch to remember of, but the moment where the dog food just kerplunks out for the dog, and he is also just kerplunking out his, mac and cheese, just being gross and just being the guy who gets no fame. He's the stunt man. He's always driving around the famous guy. That just like, was such a great role.
There were so many good roles in that movie, and obviously the ending scene, which I'm not going to talk about.
You cannot hate the scene that he had with Bruce Lee when
throwing
him around.
Oh, I love that.
Breaks the car. Just destroys Bruce Lee.
First of all, he throws him into the car.
And car dents right away. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought was great.
I recommend that movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And classic Quentin Tarantino. We won't give any spoilers away.
No, we're just going to say it's a good movie.
It's structured just like a Tarantino film usually is. It's got its great narrative, great character building, and then kablowie. Stuff happens.
I have to say, though, Quentin Tarantino, he makes some pretty damn good movies, but Pulp Fiction is untouchable.
I do that. Pulp Fiction's good. It's great. It's awesome.
Okay,
I'm not hating it.
I was about to say, it's a great movie.
I'm such a new age Tarantino guy. Like, Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, I love Inglourious Bastards.
I'm just so into like his
Django Unchained.
Django, I love.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bills.
That
was not the Hateful Eight, but it's the.
Nah, I didn't like Hateful Eight that much, honestly.
Yeah.
I tried my best. Reservoir Dogs, his first movie.
Oh
ever.
yeah, can't go wrong with that. Mr. White, Mr. Pink.
Yes,
but
Mr. Green, Mr. Blue.
In the spirit of movies, I watched The Irishman recently.
And if you watch one of our previous episodes, I gave my personal review of it, and I said it was long, drawn out, all that other stuff.
And I watched it, and it did. I literally had the same moment everybody's been saying. Like, you watch it, you feel like, all right, I need a break, I need to stretch my legs or something. And it was at the exact moment everybody else had it happen. I had it at like the 1 hour, 55 minute mark, basically 2 hour mark, and I still had another hour and 40 to go, or hour and 35 to go.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
So it's just like, wow, what else could be? And it did jump around like timeline-wise a lot early, but you could only tell it was a different time because of how poorly CGI'd De Niro's eyeballs were. But
yeah, that was the one thing I had a huge problem with.
I applaud the revolutionary idea of doing it, Monsieur Scorsese, but it just wasn't. It's like still one tick behind.
Why couldn't you get an actor with blue eyes like Ray Liotta, probably?
I mean, yeah, someone going on with it was like the blue eyes just looked so glowy blue, like alien. Like I just couldn't get over it.
It was also, they talked about how Ray Liotta was also very upset that he wasn't in that movie because he probably would have been in the same movie with De Niro and Pesci. Ray Liotta probably could have played the Irishman, and he probably could have played a pretty damn good job.
Yeah,
of it.
and the funny thing is, the whole movie is about like mobsters, like Italians, and like the unions and everything. Al Pacino being
or De Niro's supposed to be the Irish guy.
Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, De Niro's supposed to be the Irish guy, but
I didn't get any Irish.
I got no Irish from him whatsoever. His accent wasn't Irish. He said "use" like he was like an Italian from Jersey or New York. Like I didn't see any Irish theme, but I understood what it was, and it was historically based. Obviously, the idea of Jimmy Hoffa but De Niro's character now, after, if you consider what we just did bashing, now I'm gonna give it some love because I was pulled in the whole thing.
I was, yes.
3.5 hours I watched in one sitting. I was there enough. I was in it enough. I did follow it and enjoy it. And anytime Pesci was on screen,
he was magnificent.
He was amazing. He does things so subtly. And I'm trying not to do spoilers, but if you haven't seen The Irishman yet, see it. But Pesci basically has a way of saying things. Let's just put it this way. When De Niro's character is arguing and fighting with Al Pacino's character, he's like, hey, dude, you need to chill out a little bit, or upstairs ain't going to be happy. He's like, I'm never going to chill out. I never chill out. You know me. I never chill out. Like Jimmy Hoffa's character.
Yeah.
And the way Pesci says it when De Niro goes back to Pesci, he's like, I can't talk to him, man. I don't know what to do. He's like, there's nothing you can do. It's done. It's like the way he subtly says it while he's like making a salad. He's like, we did all we could for the man.
I'm surprised how...
It's like, wow.
I was surprised how calm he was throughout that entire movie, by the way.
Pesci's?
Yeah. Because I'm so used to him in Goodfellas and Casino.
Being
like
the freak out guy.
Being the freak out guy. He's like, the mother...
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, no, because honestly, Pesci did play the perfect freak out guy. And I'm using a quote from Family Guy about Goodfellas and The Godfather. The Godfather, it insists upon itself.
Yeah, that I would have to.
I don't mean to say that, but it totally does. Like a lot of these Italian mobster movies and these characters are insisting upon themselves, where they're just like, I am just so cool. I am just so awesome.
And people declare...
If I do something normal like order a bag of chips, and the way I do it is so cool.
And people declare the next top Scorsese movie since Goodfellas. I'm like, no.
I'm going to do a lot of sitting in chairs in restaurants and sipping on this. And,
look at this dollar. Look at this dollar. See? Look at this dollar.
Yeah, but they never have ones.
No, they had actually, I think there's a 50 somewhere down there.
Hey-o!
Somewhere around.
Shove this back over to your side.
Yeah, just bring it back. I'm just going to leave it down there.
But I will say the movie was good. I was there. I followed it. I did dig all the characters, and they went deep into the characters. And something cool, I thought, whenever a person came on screen that had been murdered.
Oh, yeah. First of all, I loved when they show, like, this day, and it's, like, the murder and all that stuff.
As the characters first being introduced, you're twisted with was shot repeatedly 6 times in the head in his kitchen, 1980. This guy stabbed in the face by his whatever. This guy blown up by a nail bomb under his porch.
This guy just got shot like when he was sleeping, like 3,000 times.
And every time you're introduced to a character in the story, you're like, wow, does everybody get murdered? Is this just how it goes?
I will also say this. I was also disappointed that there wasn't a lot of Harvey Keitel in that movie.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel.
I love Harvey Keitel. My goodness, he's like one of my favorite actors.
There was something that he did in the movie that was so like Harvey Keitel. He said like, now, who's this laundromat? Remember like the laundromat scene? He's like, who are you doing this for? He's like, Whispers. The other Whispers. You know, he's saying that. And he's like, well, who else owns it? He's like, I own it. He's like, who? No, I. It's me. Who? I'm telling you, it's me.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest scene where I thought Harvey Keitel was going to be more involved. But all the rest he does the rest of the movie is like be at that award ceremony for De Niro and give like Al Pacino a lefty handshake, weirdly like, ugh.
Yeah.
Italians are very handsy and a lot of kissing and in the booths and stuff, and it was weird.
It was weird. You know what I want to give props to? Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yo! Yes, I'm so pumped you brought that up. Sebastian Maniscalco came in doing a real...
He was a comedian. He's a comedian, by the way. He's not
one of my favorite stand-up comedians.
I just like the way he talks like this, like if I'm at an Italian dinner.
And then it becomes like that. But the dude is awesome, and I'm pumped. He was Joey Bats or whatever his name was.
Joey Gallo.
Joey Bats. Joey Gallo. When he comes in, he's like, oh, fuck. He gets shot on his birthday dinner. But... perfect casting, and love the fact that Sebastian Maniscalco is in a Martin Scorsese movie.
Not with no acting experience at all.
No, he's got acting experience.
Well, just not like De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci.
No, not like them. But he was in a Viggo Mortensen movie. What's the Viggo Mortensen? The Green.
Oh, the Green Book. Green Book. That was a phenomenal movie.
And he plays like an Italian New Yorker, or Jersey guy, and
drives around.
And Viggo Mortensen is like the guy who drives around a wealthy piano player
to his concerts and all that other stuff. They developed this friendship. Yeah,
it's a white and black during like the 50s, 60s type thing.
Segregation area.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Sebastian Maniscalco had acted in that, and I was very impressed. And he played a good, kind of like Guido Sarducci, do like a bag of chips. But the fact that when I saw him, I'm like, yo, that is a perfect casting. He plays a great, arrogant, cocky Italian, and because he makes fun of that in so much of his stand-up. And he plays it to a T. Big tip of the cap to Sebastian. Proud of you. And I have followed him since he's been doing stand-up a long time ago.
His stand-up is great, by the way. I think some of his stuff is on Netflix, so you should definitely check it out.
Definitely check him out. And if you're a podcast listener, obviously listen to
check us out.
But also Joe Rogan's experience, can't go wrong with that.
Great.
Go all the way back in time, years ago, when he had Sebastian Maniscalco on. Sebastian explains his whole path from going to LA and his way up, and so the dude did it, and he's an inspiration to me because, still aspiring to be like him.
He also talked about, I think he talked about his first day being on The Irishman. And he was like, oh, man, I'm scared. You're acting with De Niro. I'm like, that's intimidating right there.
He ends up getting shot.
You just spoiler!
But guess what? If you haven't seen it by now, you probably weren't gonna. And if you watched it and you're not a big movie person, you would have had to split it up into 9 parts and had
That's fine. Hey, as long as they watch it, that's all that matters.
Correct. but loved the movie. I did. I understand people saying it was too long, but
I understand it. Masterpiece? Not really. It felt like an original. It just felt like a movie.
It also came out right at the right time to be involved in all the Golden Globe Best Picture nomination. It just, I didn't think it should have been up for that many awards.
No, definitely not.
And it didn't insist upon itself too much. Great story, a lot of character development.
I like the set and all that. Like, I really felt like I was in the 50s and 60s.
Totally.
That I will say.
And then as they jump around from time, 60s, 70s, with De Niro's character, they did a pretty damn good job making him look young and making him look old.
I know.
So I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I was aware of it. And to the average movie viewer, they're obviously just going to not be able to not focus on that.
Well, it's because our attention span is also to, like, slim to none almost and all that.
Yes.
Like, I'm already losing my mind right now.
I've lost it a long time ago.
Yes.
But you said the word masterpiece.
Yes.
And I want to transition real quick because we're going to do something a little different in 2020. We're going to have these things called video game updates.
I know. What? How about that? I know. We're switching it up now.
So, the masterpiece that I'm referring to is Red Dead Redemption 2. Ooh. James described it as Rockstar Games' masterpiece, and it really is. I am just so loving it. The different things you can do, the fact that you have to eat and you can shave and you can do
the fact that your hair
pelts.
The fact your hair actually grows as time goes along too.
Your hair grows.
It's those little details that just says to myself, like, man. I also haven't touched Red Dead Redemption 2 because it took me like 2 months to finish. Almost.
Yeah, I'm just like a week in, and I bought it, and I was like still playing MLB, and I'm like, I want to be in the right perfect mindset where I have like a whole night ahead of me, and I've had a tough time finding that, but been playing in the wee hours and doing a lot of missions, and I love it. I love that you have choices. You can do good, you can do evil, you can save somebody, you can kill somebody.
See, I try to push it to good. So,
and I try to do enough good where it's like, yeah, this will reward me later, but
then you make that one mistake.
Then you make one mistake where it bites you in the ass. But so that's my video game update of late. What are you up to? What are you playing?
So I'm currently still on Madden. I don't know if you heard from my previous episode how much I suck at it.
Hey,
I still continue to suck at it.
He's playing like on level pro, getting his anus kicked.
Yeah, pretty much. I just played a game against the New England Patriots with the Giants. I gave up 38 points in the first half.
Yikes.
But then I gave up 9 points.
Is that on pro?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Then I gave up 9 points.
Terrible.
Hey, I gave up 9 points in the second half, though.
So there you go.
So I was getting a little bit better on defense, but offense I'm so terrible.
They probably ran the ball, ran the clock.
Well,
they Belichicked you.
Well, it's a lot of that, and it's also a lot of throws in the pocket, a lot of pressure. I keep on accidentally throwing it to the cornerbacks. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I know. But then I got to the point where I'm like, screw you, Eli. I'm putting in Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I was saying you should start Daniel Jones.
I did, yeah.
We're all about making it realistic.
Well, yeah, of course. Eli is obviously not starting anymore, so.
And speaking of a quick tie-in of the Patriots, the Bill Belichick, one thing I forgot to mention about the Titans beating them, Mike Vrabel being the coach.
Former player of the Patriots, by the way.
Former Patriot, knowing Belichick's ways. Totally Belichick with all those penalties he took to kill like 2 minutes. Now, there was this funny moment where all of a sudden the Patriots went offsides, and then it reset the whole thing, so then they could take a bunch of more delay of games and false starts. And, yeah, they went backwards like 25, 30 yards, but gave them space to punt, and they did kill 2 minutes that clearly was needed at the end of the game.
He got Belichicked by his own player.
Yeah, and I do have to bring up the punt block.
Oh, yeah.
When they had Edelman back, and then he came up as if they were going to try to have everybody rush and try to block that punt, Edelman didn't make it all the way. He was still in the no man's land. He had to be back. If you're not going to go block, you got to at least catch the ball. So you kill the clock, catch it at least at the 10, 12, save it there. But instead it bounces and rolls, time's ticking, and goes down all the way to the 1
yard line. You can't do that, especially when you have 30 seconds. They had 30 seconds left in regulation. You can't do that.
And then Tom had no room to work with. He ends up throwing a pick six, which actually did help them the Patriots in a weird way, because then they were getting a kickoff and they had actual room to operate.
Yeah, but they were also lucky that they missed the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, could have ended the game, but still, I had to bring those 2 quick points up, and while I did, that brings us towards the end of our episode.
How about that?
How about them apples?
It's been a fun number 42, season 2. 2.
Season dose, episode 1, but technically 40 dose of all time.
Keep us updated with everything as I continue to struggle in Madden. Maybe next week I get better. Who knows?
And maybe I'll still murder a bunch of people in Red Dead Redemption. Very likely.
We should play online someday.
It's online.
Yeah, you could do that, okay?
Okay, I'm in.
Alright, we should do that.
Tell them where they can find us, big guy.
You can find us on Instagram, Life in Pinstripes. You can find us on Twitter, Life in Pinstripes. You can find us on Facebook. As you can see, we did something a little bit different. We did a little bit of a live
There are
stream.
2 people watching right now.
Hey, you know, 2 is better than none right now. And we got 4 reactions, so we're...
Are you watching?
Yes.
She's watching.
Yes, the wife is watching from a distance. I didn't have to throw a sweatshirt at her like I thought about doing last time.
She's not napping like last time.
Well, she was very
Love
much
you.
alive. I also felt the light heading towards me a couple of times. So.
Yes. Good energy. I love it all around. So, you know where to find us. That's been a great episode.
Podcast platform, YouTube, subscribe, download, comment, like these beautiful people, whoever did.
Reach out to us. And thank you, Dave Wire, for reaching out, saying that comment number 22. Always
Yes.
getting me to laugh. Love it.
Once again, thank you, Clovercrest Media Group, for having us.
Clovercrest
As
Media.
always.
We are here to serve you. And serve us all.
All right.
Thanks for listening. It's been a great episode. And never forget to
Rock
and
or
roll.
Good stuff, man.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks for watching, whoever watched it.